Human sexuality is a vast and complex landscape, encompassing not just physical attraction, but emotional, psychological, and even spiritual connections. But what happens when the object of desire isn't human, or even corporeal? What if your lover is a ghost? This video explores the concept of masturbation, fapping, within the context of a romantic and sexual relationship with a ghost. We'll examine the psychological implications, the mechanics of such an encounter, the cultural and historical precedents for supernatural intimacy, and the philosophical questions it raises about love, desire, and the boundaries of reality. This ghost doesn't have a body, soul, or heart. It is pure illusion, pixels, moans, and shadows of intimacy. When you fap regularly, especially pornography, you aren't connected with reality. You are binding yourself to a spectral force that mimics pleasure, impersonates connection, and ultimately devours your vitality, masculinity, and motivation. You're having a relationship with something that doesn't exist. And like all relationships with ghosts, it will haunt you. The digital succubus. Every time you sit down to fap, you are inviting an invisible entity into your room. Not a person, but a digital succubus, a seductress created by algorithms, false lighting, and acting. This being is designed to keep your attention and drain your energy. And yet, you feel connected. You feel pleasure. You feel as if you are being desired. But it is all performance. This relationship with a ghost gives you the illusion of love without the responsibility, intimacy without the vulnerability, and climax without connection. You aren't making love. You're simulating it. You're offering your seed, your masculine life force, to a machine that can never receive it. In essence, you are engaging in a transaction with a phantom that only exists because of your addiction to fantasy. In real relationships, there's an exchange. Time for time. Energy for energy. Vulnerability for trust. But in this relationship with the ghost, the trade is one-sided. You give your time, your arousal, your essence, your dopamine, and your drive. In return, a short-lived orgasm and a creeping sense of emptiness. The ghost never gives back. It never holds you. It never sees you. It doesn't affirm your manhood or make you better. It doesn't support your dreams or push you forward. It just waits, quietly and invisibly, for the next time you're weak, bored, lonely, or stressed. Then it whispers again, tempting you, seducing you. The more you obey, the more power it gains over you. The more a man faps, especially to porn, the duller he becomes. His eyes dim, his posture collapses, his ambition fades, his energy shrinks. Why? Because he is giving away the very fuel that animates his being. Sexual energy is not just for reproduction. It is a creative, spiritual, and physical force that drives greatness. Great artists, warriors, monks, and leaders have all understood the power of retaining this energy. But in today's world, men leak it daily into tissues, screens, and digital shadows. They fap and wonder why they feel tired, anxious, unmotivated, or socially awkward. It's because the ghost is draining them. You're having a relationship with a being that doesn't love you. And every time you choose it over reality, it costs you your edge. Real women versus the ghost. No real woman can compete with a ghost. Why? Because the ghost is perfect. She never argues, never says no, never has flaws, and always obeys your desire. But that perfection is precisely what makes her unreal and dangerous. Fapping rewires your brain to expect digital perfection. You begin to find real women too complicated, too emotional, too slow, too human. Your expectations become skewed. You stop pursuing meaningful relationships. Your standards become unreachable because they are based on fantasy, not reality. You no longer crave connection. You crave control, and only the ghost gives it to you. This illusion destroys your ability to bond, relate, and love. It turns intimacy into transaction and desire into addiction. Unlike drugs or alcohol, fapping is invisible. You can do it in secret. You can justify it. You can tell yourself it's better than cheating or it's just natural. But deep down, you know you're stuck. You know you're using it as an emotional crutch. You know it's draining your power. Addiction to the ghost is insidious. You don't see the chains, but they are there. Every time you fap, You reinforce neural pathways that make the ghost more real than your actual life. You become dependent on a non-being for comfort, stress relief, and identity. And the worst part? You call it freedom when it's really slavery. Fapping is not just physical, it's spiritual. Every ejaculation is a giving away of spiritual force. Many ancient traditions, Taoist, Vedic, Christian, have taught that semen is sacred. It holds your soul's fire. It's meant for creation, not destruction. When you fap to the ghost, you desecrate that energy. You throw away gold in exchange for digital dust. You disrespect your divine nature. You separate yourself from the higher purpose of your sexuality. You become more carnal, more animalistic, less godlike. The ghost thrives on your spiritual disconnection. It wants you isolated, numb, and addicted. Because a man who is awakened and connected to his sexual power cannot be controlled. If you know it's wrong, if you feel the emptiness, why do you keep returning? Because the ghost is engineered to be irresistible. The algorithms know your type. The thumbnails are designed to catch your attention. The sounds, the moans, the rhythm, it's all crafted to bypass your logic and seduce your limbic brain. But deeper than that, you go back because you're lonely. You're seeking warmth. You're avoiding pain. You don't want to face yourself. The ghost is your comfort, your escape, your fake lover. But the more you turn to it, the less you become. It feeds on your escape from life. It grows stronger every time you run. Breaking the spell. To defeat a ghost, you must see it for what it is. A projection, a hallucination, a seduction spell. The first step is truth. Admit that you are in a toxic relationship. Admit that your seed is sacred and should not be wasted. Admit that you've been used by a force that doesn't care for your soul. Then take action. Block porn. Delete the sites. Tell someone. Track your streak. Replace the habit. Reconnect with nature, people, God. You must become the hunter, not the prey. The creator, not the consumer. The master, not the slave. This means discomfort. This means war. But only by confronting the ghost can you banish it from your life. Semen retention is not just abstaining. It is reclaiming. It is saying no to the ghost and yes to reality. It is rising from the dead, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Every day you retain, you build a stronger self. Your eyes sharpen. Your voice deepens. Your courage returns. Your mind clears. Your purpose becomes real. Retention gives you your edge back. It awakens your dormant power. You begin to feel magnetic, driven, stable. Women notice. Opportunities appear. Life begins to respond to your energy because you are no longer throwing away to something that doesn't exist. Retention is the opposite of fapping. It is life-affirming. It is masculine. It is real. You must build a life so powerful, so engaging, so fulfilling, that the ghost has no place in it. Fill your time with creation, not consumption. Cultivate skills. Lift weights. Meditate. Write. Speak. Lead. Serve. Surround yourself with real people. Speak truth. Touch grass. Look people in the eyes. Build real relationships. Face your wounds, your fears, your traumas. Heal. Grow. The ghost only survives in isolation, boredom, and spiritual vacancy. When you fill your life with purpose, presence, and power, the ghost starves. And eventually, it fades. You deserve the real. You were not born to serve a ghost. You were born to build, love, create, conquer, protect, lead. The habit of fapping reduces your divine design to a mere animal impulse. It disconnects you from your higher self. The next time you're tempted, remember, you're not just watching a video. You're inviting a ghost. You're entering a relationship with phantom that leave you emptier, weaker, and more lost each time. Choose truth. Choose retention. Choose the real. Let the ghost die.